So we're closing out 3 weeks of war, and we're now 35 days into the partial government shutdown. It's now tied with the second longest lapse in funding in history. The Senate again failed today to pass a measure that would fund the Department of Homeland Security. Senate Majority Leader John Thune said today border czar Tom Homan will be back on Capitol Hill tonight to continue funding talks with Democrats and Republicans. Lawmakers are expected to stay through the weekend to try and move closer to a deal. CBS News congressional reporter Taurean Small joins me now from Capitol Hill. Taurean, what do we know? Tom Homan, I recall, I was on Face the Nation last month. He said, I'm not involved in those negotiations. Suddenly this week, this is his second visit to the Hill, and things only seem to move when he shows up. What do we anticipate?
Yeah, well, Ed, I could tell you that lawmakers aren't necessarily framing this as negotiations. They're saying it's conversations. We heard that from Senator Cortez Masto of Nevada earlier. She said that she's optimistic about the fact that the White House wants to continue these conversations, especially it's been stymied over the past couple of weeks. Counterproposal to counterproposal between Senate Democrats and the Trump administration that really have gone nowhere. But at this point, it's kind of a listening session. What we've heard from Senator Katie Britt, a Republican, she said that he's just been laying out these options or what ICE and CBP reform could look like. Again, they weren't necessarily classifying this as negotiations. Senator Homan of North Dakota said that he believes that this could be an inflection point. However, both sides are still very far apart on a resolution. What he's hoping and what Republican leadership is hoping is that these woes that we're seeing at TSA, these longer lines, these mass sick-offs and call-outs and resignations we're seeing among TSA agents could be a pressure point for Democrats as they have to face another floor vote on voting against DHS. And Ed, as you know, Democrats are saying, let's deal with the ICE and CBP issue separately. Let's vote to pass funding for TSA, for FEMA, for Coast Guards. But Republicans are saying we're going to keep this coupled. There's no way that we're going to allow this to go through without fully funding DHS.
All right. You'll be tracking it. Taurean Small from Capitol Hill, thank you so much.